Hey guys, welcome to my channel Bit Glenn. My name's Glenn and I like to share with you what I learn in the world of cryptocurrency as I go through it. So this is going to be slightly different. I'm going to try and not edit this video at all, so if I say and pause a lot I do apologise, but today I actually wanted to discuss a serious topic that I actually got scammed on Uniswap. So I just thought I'd bring this to everyone's attention, one, so that hopefully you guys won't fall for the same mistakes that I have fallen for, what I've learned from this, and also how I can turn this hopefully into a positive. So let's get right into the video. So as always, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that's been subscribing to the channel, everyone that's been hitting that like button, and also all the people joining the Telegram group chat. My subscribers have now got to 2,300. In such a short period of time, it's jumped up about 600-700 people, so I really do appreciate that, and I'm glad that you like this content. So keep smashing that like button, and if you're new to this channel, click the little subscribe button and the little bell to get notified when I go live. If you've been following my Telegram group chat, which you can be a part of, the link is in the description down below. It's just Team Bitglem. I have been posting in there some of the trades that I've been making, so I've been having a dibble dabble, if you like, into Binance and also Uniswap. And at first I really liked Uniswap. I found it the most easy to use, simplistic, quick, but my opinion's changed on Uniswap now, and I'm sort of more going over to the dark side of Binance and other exchanges. Obviously with coins on Binance or Coinbase, they can be scammy coins. Typically they've gone through a very vigorous and long process of before they got onto that big exchange, especially Binance as one in particular. Some of the other ones, lower, less known exchanges, I would imagine it's easier to get onto those and be a bit more scammy. But with Uniswap, it's completely decentralized, and because it runs on ERC20, you can create an ERC20 token apparently as easy as finding a name and how many decimal places you want it to be. So this means that you can create any ERC20 token. Now, if you own enough of those tokens, you can also create the liquidity needed to make exchanges for that coin. So most of these ERC20 tokens are set up a pool for their coin versus Ethereum. So let's just bring up my screen share, my Uniswap page. I'm also going to leave my Telegram group chat on it because we're going to use that in a second. So you can see here that I've actually bought some BRDG because at the moment all the markets are going down. I had my money in Hex this morning and it was up 8%, but then as soon as it dropped a little bit, I converted them using Uniswap into other coins. So you can't view charts like you can on other exchanges, which is a little bit frustrating. Unless there is a way to do it that I don't know of, I'd love any feedback if anyone's watching this. The only way I've found is if they are listed already on CoinGecko. Now the reason I'm using CoinGecko is one, because I like the fact you can view what they're doing within that hour, and they tend to update their coins pretty much instantly. So what I mean by that, if I go to BRDG, the one that I've just shown you, you can actually view the coin and what it's done in the last hour. So you can see that it's actually pumped about 23% in the last hour. But if you actually just leave this page here, the price will update and the percentage will update automatically. You don't have to keep refreshing the page and that. And I've noticed with CoinMarketCap, normally you have to click refresh, but this will actually change by itself, and it will flicker green quickly if it's gone up in price, and it will flicker red, I believe, if it's gone down in price. So that's a pretty cool feature. I like that about CoinGecko, and they list a lot of ERC20 tokens, like the really small cap ones, which obviously Uniswap is predominantly used. So I'm using a combination of CoinGecko plus Uniswap. Now I joined a group, and I mentioned it the other day. I joined this group here, which is called Uniswap Calls. Now they actually posted a couple. I actually joined the group. I'm sure it will say somewhere you joined here or something. Okay, so I joined some point about 2 weeks ago. And what they do is they actually give you shout outs to, like here it says new gem found MCX, Binance listing is imminent as a BEP8 micro token. MCX is mentioned by Binance. You can read it here, and I click on the link and it brings up an article that Binance were talking about BEP8 type tokens and how that they can be used, and it mentions different types of coins, and one of them was this MCX, but it's not listed on Binance yet. So what they're saying is buy it before it goes on there, and then you may be able to profit on the pump once it goes on there. So because I've been busy doing the house up, as you guys know, I've been renovating a house. I've only just got back to my hotel room and it's now 9:45 at night, so I haven't had a chance to do this video today. I couldn't do it. And with Uniswap, because it links to your MetaMask, Uniswap works on your iPhone. Uniswap will work on your iPhone. You can actually view the page on there, but you can't sync your MetaMask to it, and if all your coins are in MetaMask, you can't then send them back and forth, which is what you want to do really on an exchange. Unless I've had my laptop, which has typically been only in the afternoons, I have been converting my coins into Ethereum in the morning and then wait until the afternoon to see which coins have actually performed well or are still pumping at that time of the day. So I've been using these guys. They called out this adrenaline coin and it pumped a little bit, and then they did this, actually they mentioned BRDG oddly enough, which I didn't take notice of at the time, and then they mentioned this CID, but then the real one where I made proper money on was this one here, the AXL Infinity. Now they put a bit more detail into this, so you can see here it says tags that are in it. They're saying they've got a partnership potentially with HTC, which is a phone manufacturer, Samsung, Tomo Chain, top ranked DApp on DApp Radar, which I actually went to, and it's a pretty cool website actually. It tells you all the best applications that are running at the moment on the sort of Ethereum blockchain. And anyway, you can actually go and play this game. This is a in-game purchase that you can accumulate, and you can actually go and use it. You have little Tamagotchi type creatures, you build them up, and then you can battle them against other people, so very much like a Pokemon game, but you purchase these in-game things using Ethereum, I believe, and you can boost your creatures' attributes up. Anyway, let's go over to CoinGecko of this. So you can see here actually I bought around about sort of 10 cent, something like that. This here actually 11 cent. That's exactly where I bought it, just there, and then it just went straight up. It went up to 21 cent, and I actually cashed out and I doubled my Ethereum, which was awesome because I like to accumulate more Ethereum and Bitcoin. So I think I'll put about 2 or 3 Ethereum into it, and then I gained like 6 or something like that. So I was like well over the moon. I actually cashed out at about 20 cents, something like that, and I was really happy with that. Doubled my money. And then it went all the way down, and when it got down to about 9 cents, I bought back in again, and then it went back up. So I gained another Ethereum there. So all of a sudden, my little sort of 4 Ethereum that I had, which obviously is about $1,000, all of a sudden I had about 10 Ethereum. I was absolutely over the moon. It's the quickest and easiest way I've made money ever. So I thought to myself, I was quite late to the game actually, because these guys mentioned it and I didn't do it until later that day. I thought, imagine if I got in down here, God, I would have 10x'd my money, easy. So I thought the next time that they mention a coin, I am going to jump straight in on it. Well, in this group chat, you can't actually comment on it. You can't give feedback. You can't say, oh yeah, that was a good one or whatever. So I actually waited and it said new gem incoming. So I was like, oh yeah. I was like, fuck it, I need to get straight on this one. So I got my Uniswap ready. I put all my Ethereum in it, and I literally sat there and waited for the token. And they said what the token was, and I think it was called Vegas or Vega. I'll just show you my MetaMask wallet. It was this coin here. So you can see I've got about 91 million of it or something like that. But what happened was, if I bring up let's see if I can. What you do is you go over to view on Etherscan, and you can actually copy the address of where the coins are going to. So you copy that, and then you go over to Uniswap, and when you're searching for a coin, you can just paste the actual address and it tells you. So I added that on, and I actually sold about 5 Ethereum into it, because obviously I'm thinking, oh, it's going to pump loads. God, imagine even if it just doubles, I'd be well happy that I'd have 10 Ethereum on top of already, like, I still had like another 5 Ethereum put aside. So I didn't go all in, but I had in my mind what I was going to cash out on, and I think that's a very key point. A couple of the things that helped me with this, I didn't FOMO in too much. Obviously I still did, but I didn't put everything into it. I thought, no, what am I willing to lose? And that was something that I was very strict with. I was thinking, if I lost all of this Ethereum, I'd be gutted, because obviously I'd done so well trading that coin a few days before. So really I'm just playing with money that I gained for nothing, or for my trades, if you like. So I was willing to lose that. I was willing to risk it. So I've put in 5 Ethereum, and what happened was, soon as it went live, it literally, the price, you can see here, it just went up, and it was at one point, it was at 0.0007 or something like that. And I thought, fucking hell, that's like 100 times X. And then I thought, I'll sell it. And this was within 10 seconds of it going live. And I thought, fucking hell. But what happened was, you couldn't sell it. When you tried to sell it, it just kept coming up saying no liquidity available for this coin. So someone's obviously created insufficient liquidity for this trade, and all of a sudden the price just went and just went down and just disappeared. And then what happened was, this group all of a sudden deleted that post. They deleted the post where they said what coin it was. Now, at first I thought, oh shit, what does this mean? Did the coin just crash because so many people were trying to get in on it? Or was this a scam that they set up and they do it every night? Probably, because they're deleting their posts. So they could have done this 7-8 times, and I don't know, because the only ones that they're leaving in there, the ones that they're sort of promoting, I assume they're getting some sort of sponsorship or commission for promoting that coin. But the ones where they're scamming you is, it will pop up saying buy Vegas now, and then you go and buy it, and then they quickly just delete the post as if it never happened. And then now I'm stuck with 91 million Vega coins. So that is how I got scammed. I'm actually going to delete this group because I think it's poison. But then oddly enough, then they posted this about a day later of another potential coin called Band Protocol. So I thought, oh, I'll check that out. I bet that's another scam. So they seem to be mixing it in. So I don't know if it was them genuinely like thinking, oh shit. And I've noticed that in a lot of these Uniswap groups, because I've joined a few of them now, they refer to it as being called, oh, the rug was pulled. So like, if you imagine you're standing on a rug and someone pulls it underneath you, you're just going to fall straight down. So they're referring to things like this on Uniswap as being, and I notice in a lot of the groups they're talking about that. So this is something you really, really need to be careful of with Uniswap. I then looked into, there's obviously no one I can go to get my money back. I tried to message the Uniswap calls, and then I realised actually it's only got 100 subscribers. So I thought, oh, that's a bit suspicious. And then they're posting, I don't know, but they could copy and paste this from anywhere really. So I just don't know. I don't know if it was them maliciously doing it. Obviously the person who created the coin they genuinely created that coin, the Vegas one, to scam people. Once they got a certain amount of Ethereum, they just closed it all down. So, and I looked at their Etherscan wallet, and loads of people did it. It weren't just me. Loads of people put money into it, and then it just shut down. So they made a decent, chunk out of it. So fair play to them. But then I noticed when you add coins to Uniswap, so when you do that add feature like I just said, normally it comes up with a red message up here saying anyone can create an ERC20 token and no one has to stick to any rules, so please be careful when making swaps. So this is something you need to really be careful of, guys. Like, make sure when you're just adding ERC20 tokens thinking, oh yeah, it's going to pump, like I have stupidly, you can quite easily lose 100% of it. So now what I need to do is, when I look into projects now, like this bridge protocol, when I looked into this one today, I looked and it had a certain market cap, it had trading volume of 67,000, so that means people are buying and selling it. The total supply, if you look at some of these coins, if I go to one of these here, like today they're all talking about a coin called Moon token. So let's see if we can find that. If you type in Moon coin, today they're all talking about this. You can see it's barely worth anything. It says it's got $192, so someone's literally spent less than $200 trading this coin. Has a total market cap of $1,100. So yeah, not really anything happening to it. So they're pumping that coin. I mean, that is clearly a piece of shit coin that's not worth anything. Now, obviously, if they were doing something really innovative, then you could say, oh, it's got potential upside, but I mean, it's called Mooncoin for a start. So just be really careful. This whole DeFi space that everyone's talking about, yes, it is great because there's no central point of failure, but you are your own bank. If you invest in a coin, there's no one you can message and say, oh, I've just lost, like I lost $1,000. I've just lost $1,000. Can I have it back, please? Or can you reverse the transaction? That won't happen. So there's nothing you can do. So you have to be really, really careful and do your research. I just can't reiterate that enough. So obviously you've seen the thumbnail. You've seen that I've turned it into a positive. So that got me thinking, if this coin pumped so quickly with a few $1,000s worth of Ethereum, what's to stop me creating a scam coin and just bringing it out to people in the world? And then I thought, well, Glenn, that's not you. You don't scam people. I never have, and I never probably will. Well, not intentionally anyway. So then I got thinking, but what could I bring to the world? What could I bring to the world of cryptocurrency? Now, I'm good at sales, retail, but the thing that I'm really good at is properties. And I thought to myself, how can I mix the two together, cryptocurrencies and UK properties? So this really got me thinking. I've been thinking about it all day, and the more and more I've thought about it, the more excited I've got for it. Now, I do tend to come up with ideas and get like a bit run away with it and like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. So I've really thought about this, and I really need to sit down and really do the maths and also the calculations of stuff. My Unicoin is going up. I put 2 Ethereum in that, so anything over 2 is a win for me. So I was thinking, how can I mix the two together? And I was thinking about sort of like the Nexo platform, how they have you can own the Nexo token, and if you hold it or stake it for so long, you get a percentage of dividend earnings. And I thought, how cool would it be to say if I created an ERC20 token, and with the money that was raised, I use that in a company that obviously I would be a director of, and the other director would be shareholders of the token. We would then, as a partnership, go and purchase UK properties. I would use my knowledge to renovate and get builders in and make it look really nice home, and then rent it out. Now that property is going to generate a rental income, a rental yield over the course of a year.